Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I want to add a bit of perspective because XRP dipped as low as 59 cents today. Oh, this guy must be falling. Of course. Now, at the time I'm recording this, XRP is at 61 cents. But please consider the following before we get into some specifics in this video. Look, there have been a lot of analysts that have been noting that it would be reasonable for XRP to go back down a bit to test certain levels for support depending on what their expectations are, but call it roughly the mid 50-something cent region. I've seen that from multiple analysts. I've been highlighting that perspective to people. So we'll see if it gets down that low into the middle 50-cent region before ultimately bouncing out of there. But at the time that I'm recording this, the lowest we've seen is 59 cents. Even if it does go lower, all I can say is chill out. Chill out, bro. Because look, for perspective, we've been heading the right direction price-wise with XRP for a long time. Have you thought about this recently? XRP is up, at the time I'm recording this, close to 60% over the last year. 60%. And it bottomed out around what? Something like, I'm pulling from memory here, but I think it actually bottomed out like 28 cents in the summer of 2022. You know, coming up on a year and a half ago at this point. So a pullback like this, I know it will still hit some people in the fields, but why? Like it doesn't make logical sense to let XRP's downward price action control your emotions. So I'm just going to share my perspective. And I also have opinions here from a few different chart analysts, but I'll just tell you here at the outset. According to most, from what I've seen, and for various reasons, checking various metrics, what I'm seeing from most analysts that I respect and follow on a regular basis, I think that this is the time for Bitcoin to be heading back up, broadly speaking, and that there's even warnings to say, hey, if the king crypto, as some call it, Bitcoin, is about to go, don't be surprised if that means that in the short term, altcoins, including XRP, have a slight pullback. And we have seen this at many times in the past. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And by the way, I'll get to this a little bit later in the video, but there's one individual who says that, you know, the idea of XRP quickly hitting even $1.35 is absolutely in the cards here. Which, you know, as far as I'm concerned, it's a virtual inevitability that's going to happen at some unknown point in the future. I'm just not a chart guy, and I'm not even going to try and play the price prediction game because I flatly do not know. I don't want to be one of those fake YouTubers who pretends to know, or you have 100% conviction so-and-so is going to happen. I ain't playing that game. If I were making price predictions, I'd be literally making up numbers out of thin air. And, you know, the funny thing is some of the alleged gurus out there, not even just for XRP, some of them do that, I think. Some of them act. So I'm just not going to do it. I just have strong conviction for a number of reasons, including fundamentals, that over the long haul, XRP becomes worth a fortune, hits a new all-time high, and enters price discovery. And even if you're not as convinced about fundamentals, the fact that the asset class moves in tandem, and developer activity, obviously, for XRP, quite a bit up, if you look year over year, which does seem to be a factor that matters. If you look at these things and just understanding that XRP is no longer going to be held down because it has legal clarity in the United States, all of these things, even if you're just looking at that and wild speculation, I would still think it would hit a new all-time high. I'm just not going to make a price prediction on it. Now, Bitcoin at the time that I'm recording is at $36,462. And there was this from Credible Crypto, and this is from this morning. He shared a post from somebody on social media platform X, and this person, I'm not familiar with, wrote, "A lot of alts look ripe for a pullback. Could mean the king is gearing up again." Now, when you see the word king there, you would think, if you're me at least, that they must be talking about XRP. But I've come to realize that some people have bad and wrong opinions. And so they're referencing Bitcoin. I'm just joking. I like Bitcoin. Been holding it for over 6 years now. But Credible Crypto reposted that and wrote, "Exactly this. Pulled the reins in on alts. I have a feeling Bitcoin is ready to do its thing." And then in a separate post he wrote, "And by ready to do its thing, I mean pump like a mofo. Strap in, folks." Ah, yes, indeed, the rocket. And so he's not shy about his perspectives, but when he writes anything with such vigor, if there's that level of excitement, I think it's an indication that he really super duper triple means it. So if he has that strong a conviction right now, let's just watch and see to what degree this thing moves in the short term. And then he also shared this, and this is his most recent one. Just from this afternoon. Credible Crypto wrote, and this is why he's like, he could not be more convinced that what is most probable is a blast to the upside. Which is why, again, I'm just like, even if you're worried about alts pulling back in the short term, my attitude is so what? Because the asset class will still move in tandem. Eventually they catch back up. So even if money's sucked out of alts, because it flows into Bitcoin with all the excitement, I don't give a damn. I don't think it matters. I've seen this movie before. I know how it plays out. The asset class moves in tandem. It just does. And people get all excited about alts. But anyway, so here's what Credible Crypto wrote. And with that, the stage is officially set, folks. Open interest completely reset. Check. Funding reset. Check. Spot buying continues. Check. Bitcoin is refueled and ready to continue the moon mission. Well, we gonna see. I think it's just a matter of time here, right? And then there was this headline from the Crypto Basic. Market analyst sees XRP quickly hitting $1.35 as 100 million plus open interest enters the XRP market in a day. And I don't want to read the article. I'm just going to go straight to the source. They're covering perspective from Crypto Insight UK on social media platform X. I thought I'd just share it with you because it'll be interesting to see who's more right than wrong once we have the benefit of hindsight. And I am sympathetic for all the chart guys out there, in case it hasn't been made clear sufficiently in the years that I've been running this channel, right? I do have sympathy. I'm glad I'm not them. I get yelled at enough being a YouTuber. It would be that like, on steroids if I were doing the stuff that they were doing, though. I have no interest in that, thankfully, though. But anyway, so Crypto Insight UK writes, finally, XRP. XRP actually looks rather different to the other charts I have just discussed. We had $100 million plus of open interest added to the market in the highlighted spike on the day of the fake ETF news. Since this time, price has moved down and open interest has stayed relatively flat. This shows me there are huge shorts on XRP right now. I have been saying that a break above the descending trend line could be the start of an aggressive move for XRP as people try to cover or close shorts. Basically meaning they have to buy. This could cascade stop losses to the upside and push XRP on a fast move. Finally, we have a bullish divergence as price finds a higher low and the RSI puts in an equal low. XRP will get sent to my target range of 89 cents to $1.35, and it will happen quickly when we get the break. I was wrong on the date, but this is inevitable, I feel. Too many leveraged shorts out there right now that need wiping out. Okay, so still, even if wrong, but that would still be sooner than later. So let's just watch and see what happens. And that's why, like, even for people like me, because there are a lot of you out there listening, most of us are not chart analysts. I'm not. I'm certainly not. I do not want to be when I have literally zero interest. But even if you're like me, and you still must recognize, right? Obviously, I think otherwise, like, why are you in crypto? Number go up ultimately. If you're in the crypto game, if you will, long enough, number go up. Certainly, the asset class as a whole. And wouldn't you think that those cryptos with utility especially in a more mature market, that will increasingly matter? So that's why for me, it's just XRP is like the most obvious hold of all time in crypto. It could not be more obvious that this is a winning coin in my opinion. And then there's also this post from eGreg Crypto, XRP Tether US chart. So it's the United States dollar price of XRP, of course. And he wrote the following: XRP short term defending Valhall's gates. And it looks at a primary level of interest is 55 cents. And he's got a dotted line up here with 59 cents too, which is about what we got down to even earlier today before I started recording. I was like hours ago. But this other level, 55 cents, this is just one example. I'm not going to go track down all the others that I've found and that I've cited in recent days. But there are all sorts of analysts that have been citing roughly this range for their own reasons. And it's just a key level of support to watch. So the anticipation is that what's most probable is it holds. So even if we do see XRP go down in the short term, okay, whatever. I mean, especially for someone like me, who, by the way, and I don't know if you all saw my last video. I know it was a little bit on the longer side, but today is my my 6-year anniversary of holding XRP. So I was just sharing a bunch of thoughts and stuff, kind of general stuff, because I always think those types of conversations are fun. But I'll just tell you, having held XRP literally for 6 years, if you think that XRP going down to 55 cents or 50 cents or even 40 cents or whatever it may be, if you think that's going to shake me out, you got another thing coming. I understand that does scare people, but I also, that's why I keep delivering this message of, this is not me telling you to buy or sell or hold, because I do not know what's best for you, and this is not financial advice, but I firmly believe like, humans are their own worst enemy when it comes to investing. And I get it, you're going to feel emotions when this stuff happens, but do you want the emotions? Are you going to allow the emotions to control your life, or do you let logic and reason ring above? Because for me, it's very obvious that those with conviction are the ones that have had success thus far. And my conviction for XRP has never been higher. And it's 6 years. And yes, it's a little irritating about the whole SEC thing, because I didn't get my life-changing wealth in 2021. Too bad, so sad. But we go and get ours. XRP is going to hit a new all-time high in enterprise discovery. I firmly believe that. And if I'm wrong, goes to zero. Okay. But I do not believe for a moment that is what's most probable here. So let's keep tracking this. Let me know what you think. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.